calling to a God. I'm in tune with the signs. I'm just trying to let go. I'm just trying to be me. I'm just trying to do fine.
The Information Man Show. The Information Man Show, ladies and gentlemen. Yes! All right, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, everybody? Peace to you. Welcome to the show, everybody. The Information Man Show, baby. We're going to get into it tonight. I've got the call-in lines ready to go, ladies and gentlemen.
I know. I see all of my rap foes like they my tadpoles. Yeah, yeah. I just had to go crack now on my D.
A clap to everybody that's coming in the chat room right now. I appreciate all of you all. Welcome to the Information Man Show.
They can't predict my move.
Tell the
Truth.
I'm
Tell the truth.
Smooth. I just caught a groove. This right here, that
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We got to prepare for this. We got to prepare, ladies and gentlemen. It's a lot going on to talk about. All right, let's get into the show now. Thank you. Thank you for your patience and waiting for me to come on tonight. Every time I want to go on earlier, something happens in your life that you have to deal with. So would have liked to come on earlier to catch more people up, but it is what it is, and I'm still very thankful for everyone who is here listening to the show tonight. It's no secret. Everybody has heard this in the news. There's about 4 cities right now that are implementing a mandate. And what I want to do right quick is everybody that's coming in, and I will acknowledge everybody that's coming into the chat room one step at a time. But what's going on in some of our major cities right now that's about to crack on the 20th, if I'm not mistaken, I believe either Los Angeles or New Orleans. New Orleans is one of the cities that is going to be using a mandate where it requires you to do this right here, as you can see on the screen. It's going to require that good folks. It's going to require that you are vaccinated. You show a card to prove that you are vaccinated. And it's required for you to enter any public place. Now, check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Right here is a vaccination record card. So you're going to have to go around showing people, tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
A vaccination card. Let me get a little bit closer with the card right here. And here we go. Right there it says, I'm using the word the virus tonight. So if anybody calls in my show, please speak in code because this is YouTube. So as you can see, the virus vaccination record card, which says, please keep this record card, which includes your medical information about the vaccine you have received. And they even have it in another language there. I believe that may be Spanish or something of that nature. They have it right there. This is it's dangerous stuff, folks. So let's keep that in mind. Then it's another example of what a card would look like right here. So you're going to have to walk around with these cards on your person.
Tell the truth.
you're going to have to walk around with these cards on your person as if you, as if something is, as if something's definitely wrong with you. So the idea that we got San Francisco, which has been getting hit really heavy by this virus. New York governor said he's going to implement this, as well as Los Angeles is going to implement this. San Francisco, let me put something up here because I know San Francisco. I lived there for many years. If I can get this on the screen, where do I have this at right here? I think this is it right here. And here we go. San Francisco, the city by the bay, starting on August 20th. Okay, it's San Francisco, folks. Today is the 15th of August. Starting on the 20th of August in San Francisco restaurants, bars, clubs, gyms, and large indoor events will be required of you to have this vaccination card that I just spoke of that you see right there. You're going to have that vaccination card with you in order for you to get into these public places because we've got this this virus running around here, folks, that you're going to have to contend with and deal with. And they already talking about something called Delta that's out there. That's what they're saying. And so the goal is that they want to protect people that are not vaccinated, that could be potentially at risk for people that are also not vaccinated and then they're telling us that most of these vaccines are 95% foolproof. Nothing is foolproof, ladies and gentlemen. So just keep that in mind. But San Francisco is going to roll this out on the 20th. You've got Los Angeles, who is going to be next to roll out with this type of requirement. And this is no joke, folks. The virus is out here. It's modified. It's ever changing is what I want to say. It's mutating, as they say. And you all can be my guess as to why you think this is happening. So, folks, if you don't get out here and get that injection from the doctor, from your local medical practitioner,
tell the truth,
and get the jab, as we're calling it nowadays, if you don't get the jab, you're not going to be able to enjoy some of the most enjoyable things that you can enjoy in life, such as, let's see here. What are the things that people love to do? Well, we love to go clubbing and party, get out there and shake your booty, hey, shake that booty, right? We all like to party and get out there and do our thing, right? Get down with it. Get out there in the club and party. Party and dance. You won't be able to go to clubs. You won't be able to get out there and dance and party and shake your booty. You won't be able to get out there and work it and work it and work it and work it in the club tonight. You won't be able to do any of that because you know why? If you're not vaccinated, you can't get in. No entry. There's no entry for you, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not vaccinated. That's what they're saying to us. They're telling us no entry if we're not vaccinated.
Tell the truth.
That's what's going on here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get back up front. So you won't be able to get out there and shake your booty and party and enjoy some of the perks of being a citizen in this country. This is happening in major cities, New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco, New Orleans as well, because these are places that do have had problems. But check this out. This doesn't mean it's not going to come to a city near you, or it does not mean it couldn't come to you. Now, I know the southern states are doing what they want to do. They're defiant about following any mandates or any kind of thing. So the southern states are pretty much renegade states that are doing whatever they want. You've got Florida that's saying that they don't want kids to be masked. At least the government is saying they don't want to worry about masking kids going back to school. You've got taxes with Babbitt, that fool out there, who's saying the same thing. He doesn't want kids being masked, even though you've got parents concerned about it. Then you got parents that don't want their kids masked. Then you got school teachers and administrators that are also concerned. And these guys, these governors are threatening people's salaries and money and what have you. Okay. And so this is what's happening. And it's affecting, this is something that was predicted. Let me play something for you. Let me play it right now. This is the governor of New York, because I got a juicy audio from Dr. Fauci talking about this. He slipped at the mouth. He got interviewed, and I don't know if he realized that lots of people would be listening to what he's saying when he got interviewed, but he slipped it and said it. And I'm going to play the audio to put more emphasis on where we're going tonight. And yes, I will put people's messages on the screen so I can see what you're saying. But most of all, I want you to subscribe to the Information Man Show tonight. Subscribe. I want you to go ahead, if you can. And I want you all to go ahead, if you can, share this in the community tab if you are a content creator. I want you all, ladies and gentlemen, to share this video in your social media, all your social media, if you can. I would appreciate that. And go ahead and, how do we say it? Share the video, right? I definitely would like that. I want to say to everybody out there listening right now, thank you for watching the video. Subscribe, make a comment when you get an opportunity on this video tonight, as I definitely would appreciate that, everybody out there listening. So let's go ahead and get into that video right now. This is the governor of New York talking his speech, talking his talk. Let's get into it right now.
So today I announce a new approach, which we're calling the Key to NYC Pass. The key to New York City. When you hear those words, I want you to imagine the notion that because someone's vaccinated, they can do all the amazing things that are available in this city. This is a miraculous place, literally full of wonders. And if you're vaccinated, all that's going to open up to you. You'll have the key, you can open the door. But if you're unvaccinated, unfortunately, you will not be able to participate in many things. That's the point we're trying to get across. The Key to NYC Pass will be a first-in-the-nation approach. It will require vaccination for workers and customers in indoor dining, in indoor fitness facilities, indoor entertainment facilities. This is going to be a requirement. The only way to patronize these establishments indoors will be if you're vaccinated, at least one dose. The same for folks in terms of work. They'll need at least one dose. This new policy will be phased in over the coming weeks. So we've been working with the business community, getting input. We're going to do more over the next few weeks. The final details of the policy will be announced and implemented in the week of August 16th.
Tell the truth.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not my fault. You've been lying, saying that I took away your peace.
All right. Thank you once again for coming over to the show. There is the governor himself of New York breaking it down, saying that New York is a special place. And if you want to enjoy all the fruits of New York, you're going to have to comply with getting the getting a vaccination in order for you to enjoy going to a gym. Let me show you something here. This is New York that's talking this. They're the ones that's pushing this sort of stuff out here. They're the ones that are breaking it down and saying that you're going to have to comply with what we want you to do if you want to enjoy the fruits of our city. And that's New York right there. That's New York, as you know. And in order for you to play in that town, you're going to have to comply to taking the jab, or you're not going to enjoy this town whatsoever. You're not getting anywhere near this town in terms of participating in all the perks, indoor activity. And you know, most people, when they go on dates, most dates are indoors. You know, you go to the park sometimes, you take a basket of food, you go to the park, you try to be romantic, but in general, a lot of dates are engaged indoors, ladies and gentlemen. And indoors is restaurants. So if you don't comply with the governor's orders to get down like this, you're not going on no romantic date with a sister like this or a brother like that or anybody that you're into. You're not going on a date. You're not going to be indoors enjoying a nice glass of wine like that. Although you probably could do it all at home. You could do this at home. Realistically, yes. But you're not enjoying a meal. By no means. Check this brother out. Right? You see the brothers and sisters in the restaurant. Brothers coming over there. Help them in a minute, right? You're not going to be enjoying this under the laws that are going to hit down in San Francisco, New Orleans, and New York. All these mandates, Los Angeles. And for those of you who live in other states, don't be surprised if it comes your way too, depending on where you are. If you're in the red states, you probably may not have to worry because the governors in red states, they don't seem to care about anything. Now, I'm not saying that I think I don't want to see people, you know, I don't want to see people lose their privileges to go out and enjoy time out with family and friends like this, right? You're out there in the streets, driving your car at night, enjoying yourself. And under this rule, brothers and sisters, everybody out there listening, you're not going to enjoy the fruits of going to a bar. Look at this sister preparing the drinks. Under these rules, you won't enjoy going out for a drink. You'll have to make your drinks at home. So basically, it will create two Americas. Now, black people already know about two Americas because two Americas for us has been the split between white and black and races. But there'll be two Americas because there'll be the Americans who don't believe in taking vaccines, who don't want to be vaccinated for their personal reasons, who won't be able to take part in this type of enjoyment at a bar like this. You won't be able to do it. You'll have to make your bar at home. Your life will have to be a life of solitude to where only you just stay home or you go out to the park. Now, will they make it mandatory, ladies and gentlemen, for us to be vaccinated to be able to go into a grocery store and buy food? Uh-oh. Have we thought about that one? Have we really thought about that, ladies and gentlemen? I don't think so. Under these rules, ladies and gentlemen, you won't be able to go out and exercise in a gym like this man's doing here. You won't be able to be in a gym. You may have to isolate yourself. If you can't get in a gym with this brother is doing right here, you may have to just do that at home and buy equipment and exercise at home. This is the truth, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Information Man Show.
Tell the truth.
Or if you want to go to a sporting event, football is starting very soon. Will you be able to go into a stadium for football or soccer or anything like that, ladies and gentlemen? No. Under these rules, you will not be able to do it, ladies and gentlemen. And it's no laughing matter. It's no laughing matter. So that's what's going on in New York and what's spreading across different cities in our country. Let me go to the next video for you. And this one will be the one from San Francisco, breaking it on down. And here we go.
Tell the truth.
This is the Information Man Show.
Starting August 20th, San Francisco is mandating vaccinations for customers entering the following businesses deemed to be high-contact areas where food and drinks are served.
Like bars, restaurants, clubs, theaters, entertainment venues, indoor gyms and fitness, and large indoor events with more than 1,000 people.
Mayor London Breed says employees have until October 13th to show proof of their vaccination status to their employer. Under the new order, a negative COVID test will no longer exempt anyone unvaccinated from entering these businesses, but there are two exemptions: people picking up to-go orders and children under the age of 12 who aren't yet eligible for the vaccine.
What we don't want folks to think is a family of 4 with 2 kids that are 6 or 7 years old, that you can't go to a restaurant. You can.
Health officials say the city's COVID compliance team, also known as CERT, will be reactivated on a smaller scale to help with educating businesses. But enforcement on verifying vaccines and exemptions will fall on individual business owners.
It's going to be a little unclear how to deal with an exemption situation. And so I think we should try to educate the customers, as the mayor said, that each restaurant owner business might have different legal advice.
Lori Thomas, the executive director of the Golden Gate Restaurant Association, says businesses will be required to verify a person's ID and vaccine card match in order to allow them indoors.
I know somebody, for example, who, if there's 6 people in the party and 1 or 2 of them doesn't have the vaccine card, that they're going to be asked to sit outside.
Dr. Grant Colfax says the vaccine mandate does not apply to any outdoor mega events like Giants games where 5,000 or more people are attending. Vaccinations in these scenarios are just strongly recommended.
Why are we doing this? It's to protect the workers.
That's the mayor of San Francisco.
Kids, it's to protect those
I lived
who
in that city for many
can't
years,
get
City by the Bay.
vaccinated. Is to make sure that we don't go backwards.
Went to college there, high school, everything like that. City by the Bay. Let me go into the chat room and see the lovely people that we have in there. I appreciate everybody coming out tonight. We got a big crowd tonight, and I definitely appreciate that, ladies and gentlemen. This is fantastic. Clap to everybody that's come in. I appreciate that so much, everybody. I really appreciate that. Peace to you. Let me fix something real quick here. And if you can, subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell of notification. I would definitely appreciate that a lot. Let's go into the chat room now. See who we have here. And we got Pastor King in the house. And bam, let's put it up there like so. Bam. We got the pastor who says, Pastor King, YouTube, the so-called more. He says, how is it to protecting people when the damn vaccine's not even protecting from the virus itself? Make it make sense, the brother is saying. All right, we got Peggy Roster in the house who said, I live in San Francisco here. Nobody goes to those places but mayonnaise people. Okay, talking in code. I like that. All right. Okay, we got Big Dog Philly. Big Dog Philly in the house. He says, hit the likes. I appreciate that, Big Dog Philly. We got Raging Woman in the house. Been a minute since I've seen you over here, sister, but thank you for coming in. I really appreciate the support tonight. She says, at this point, I think we all have been exposed to the virus. I think you are correct, my dear sister. We've got Tanya in the house saying, honestly, who would want to mingle with all that out there if people are so safe with the jab? What's the issue? And all of them did not get the jab. That's pushing it. I think you're making very good points. Now we've got another person coming in by the name of Black Spring Autumn. What's going on, Black Spring Autumn? It's good to see you over here. Check out our channel. So the conservative persuasion, but hey, everybody to each his own, what you practice and you believe, but it's good to see you over here. She says segregation 2.0. Yeah, I think the society is being segregated by by who's got the jab and who doesn't have the jab. So it's two Americas. But see, for me as a black man in America, black people have already been living in two societies, black spring with autumn. We've already been living under those conditions, to be quite honest with you. Now we have my man at 1SP. What's up with all the blood clots? Yeah, those are issues that have happened out there. And let me go over here and check out my real sister here, Junk Closet. She has a great channel. Check her out. She interviews people. She gives you advice and all those great things on how to improve your YouTube channel. She had a great interview today. Let me give her a clap, and everybody else in the chat room as well. And I see, she says she sees two Americas, the ones that are vaccinated and those that are not vaccinated. And I see two Americas as well. I'm just looking at something over here. Let me turn this down just a little bit. I see two Americas, one vaccinated, one unvaccinated. That is true. We've got my sister in the house saying hello to DOD. That's Tiffany Jackson. And we got Brother Harris in the house says, thank you, mods. Yeah, everybody, thank you. Who is this person right here? This is only in Democrat cities, thank God. Yes, it is in Democratic cities. I'm not going to deny that, but it doesn't mean that it couldn't come to another city near you. And I already explained that earlier. Thank you for coming in. That we know that red states, conservative states, have a different point of view about these mandates that is happening in some of our cities here in California, New York. And yeah, you can say those are more liberal states, but those are the more populated states. And guess what? Southern states. If it wasn't for the blue states, you'd be in a lot of trouble, because a lot of the blue states subsidize a lot of you red, poor states. And that's a fact.
Tell the truth.
A lot of y'all are being subsidized by us blue states because we got the population, we got the industry, we got the finances, the money, everything you wish you had. And that's the truth. Now,
tell the truth.
Texas is another deal, because Texas has industry. You got Austin, Texas, which has got, their own computer industry. So there are some southern states that have something going for them, but there are poor southern states, like Alabama is very poor. Kentucky's got a lot of problems. So even though we want to hate on the blue states because they're Democratic or they're run by the Democrats, and of course you got the Republican clan, okay, everybody out there as well, let's not forget about them. It's still, I don't like the idea of being told what I have to do. I understand the circumstances of what's happening in their society and how you don't want to catch this virus because it can do horrible things to you. And I've seen what it can do to people firsthand in my own profession. But the idea of something being forced on you, I got to say, is a little bit too much. And I'm just telling you, you're going to end up being at home by yourself. What's going on? Back to the basics. Junk Closet is saying hi to everybody. Let's see. We got Pamela. We got Beverly. Pams is in the house, who I'm so glad to see over here as well. Thank you for coming through again. We've got Sister Sister I-Man says, it's sad that the unvax is being shamed because they chose not to take it, and now they are threatened to lose to those folks. Now, let me say this, everybody. I think that it is a choice that you make whether you want to be vaccinated or not, ladies and gentlemen. It is a choice. I do think that people who have the virus, I want them to stay the hell away from me. I don't want them to give me anything. So that's why I will wear a mask and what have you. We got Natural in the house. We got Brother DOD in the house. Let me put some folks on the screen, and I'm going to get back to folks in just a minute. Hang on. I just got to tell y'all the truth here. I don't I wear a mask when I go out to protect myself, right? Like this. I wear a mask just like that to protect myself, ladies and gentlemen, right? And I don't like needles. You got this man here. I don't want needles injecting in me, but I don't want to catch this either, right? I don't want to catch that virus, but they're looking at pushing this on city. Now, I don't know if Chi-Town, Chicago, I know Natural's from Chicago. I don't know if it's coming to a city near you like Chicago. I think soon, because Chicago has sort of a liberal politics there too. And we know what's happening at the city by the bay, right? And we know that Los Angeles is about to get this mandate as well, ladies and gentlemen. If any of you live in Los Angeles, ladies and gentlemen, if you live in any of these cities like Los Angeles, put in there LA. If you live in San Francisco, put in there San Francisco, right? If you live in New Orleans, put in there New Orleans. If you live in New York, put in there New York. That's New York. That's LA. That's Chicago. That's all these wonderful places that one has to be concerned about. York, is it coming to your city near you? And how far will they go to make you take the jab? It's your choice what you do. It's your life. What you want to do to handle your own business to protect yourself, your family. It's what you want to do, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody can force you. Nobody should be forcing you to do anything that you don't want to do. But these things happen. That's in Toronto, Canada. Are they being forced up there to do these things? Do they have tough mandates in Toronto, Canada? Will you have to deal, as I said before, with vaccination cards, picture, and mask are required? Now, I understand it's important to wear a mask, but you may have to show them with your black fingers or any finger color you got. You're going to probably have to show them that card, ladies and gentlemen, the proof that you've got the jab before you can walk into a gym, walk out, work out, have a romantic dinner with a fine woman, right? Put a coat over the lady as you get ready to escort her out of the restaurant. You're not going to be able to do any of that shit. You're going to have to do that at home, provided you can get the lady to the house. This is serious right there. You can see Los Angeles County is working on plans for proof of vaccination requirements in indoor public places. Put this up here. Across the country, officials are rolling out new requirements for mandated vaccines for public employees. So you even got employers who are saying, especially if you work in the private sector, you got to go ahead and take the jab. You don't take the jab, you're going to lose your job. You're going to be let go. I believe already, ladies and gentlemen, that if I'm not mistaken, you already had, Netflix, some of these private organizations that are now, I think, like Google, are telling their employees, take the jab, you must submit to losing your job. And they're already saying that if you are a nurse, I don't know how many of you in the chat room are a nurse, say it if you are. How many of you work in the medical field? In certain private sector of the medical field are county sectors. You are being asked to submit to the idea of taking the jab, whether you like it or not. Across the country, officials are rolling out new requirements for mandated vaccines for public employees and the possibility of penalties if they fail to comply. As cases of the virus, that Delta, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, virus, of the virus that we've been dealing with for a long time now, it's rising and shaping. The vaccination rates are steady, still maintaining. The mayor of Los Angeles said on Tuesday, this was several Tuesdays ago, ladies and gentlemen, that city employees will be required to be vaccinated. And I'm telling you, he's telling you you're going to be vaccinated, ladies and gentlemen, whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not, Eric Garcetti noted that some employees had been asked for enhanced protections. And that's what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to the Information Man Show. Make sure you subscribe.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
Are you going to do it? How many of you, ladies and gentlemen, how many of you out there are willing to take, those of you, I'm only asking those of you who do not want to take the jab, how many of you out there are willing to risk your livelihood? Meaning, how do you put the meat and the potatoes on the table? You go out and work a job, you have a career, you get a paycheck. That's if you're not a business owner, because it's different for them. But if you're not a business owner, you are dependent to a certain degree on a paycheck. Most Americans are working paycheck to paycheck,
Tell
right?
the truth.
So how many of you in the chat room, and we can do a vote if you like, if you feel comfortable. If not, you can keep it to yourself. How many of you would be willing to take the jab if you're at this point hesitant in taking the jab? How many of you be willing to take that jab if it came down to you losing your job? Let's say you worked at Google, you worked at one of these corporations that's paying you a damn good salary.
Tell the truth.
And if you lose that money, how do you pay your mortgage? How do you pay your rent? How do you take care of your children? How do you take care of yourself? You know it's damn hard to find a job nowadays. Although there are many jobs out there that are saying we are hiring, but nobody's coming, because that's the food service jobs. That's the fast food restaurant. Have you noticed when you've gone through an In-N-Out Burger, a McDonald's, or any of those restaurants, even though you shouldn't eat fast food, my God. Oh, my God. Ugh. I want to say ugh to that. But anyway, when you go to those drive-thrus, you notice it's slow and slow because they don't have as many people working those food service jobs because they don't pay any money. People are saying, nah, I'm not going back to that kind of pay. So if you got a good job, are you going to put yourself in a poorhouse, or are you going to make the ultimate sacrifice for your family or yourself by taking the jab? Now, I'm not sitting up here advocating what you should do. It's just a scenario that I'm bringing up, ladies and gentlemen. The question I'm putting on the table right now is I play one more video, and then I want you to put a vote. How many of you would possibly, by a sign of putting a 1 in the chat room, how many of you would possibly take the jab by putting a 1 in the chat room? How many of you would not do it and you would sacrifice and say, to heck with it, I'll just lose a job and I'll get another job if I possibly can? Put a 2 if that's where you are with that. Put a 3 if you're unsure about what you would do. A 3 if you're unsure about what you would do. And a 2 if you would say, to hell with it, I'll just have to lose the job. And a 1 if you think that that might be the stick that breaks the camel's back. Not to be funny there, but I'm being a little funny there. So tell me that in the chat room. I'm going to be pulling up people's names in the chat room to see what you're saying. Let me give everybody a shout out, right? Let me give everybody a clap for coming through. If I missed anybody super chatting me or anybody saying, what's up, Info Man? It's not because I'm ignoring you. I'm focusing on the content. And then I'm going to go to the chat room and see what people are talking about. We got a great crowd tonight. I wasn't expecting these many people tonight, but it's fantastic to see you over here. I appreciate all of you. Share the video on your social media. Share the video in your community tab if you're a content creator. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And if any of the mods can do me the greatest favor, you know I have a second channel, and I got a nice video that'll be dropping tomorrow on that channel. Drop the second channel link in the chat room and subscribe to the Information Man Speaks podcast, ladies and gentlemen. If you could do that, I definitely would appreciate that by all means. Now, let's get ready for the last video to show you as I begin to open up the chat room more, and open up the phones to see if anybody wants to come up here and talk to old Info Man through the phones, through the phone or through the audio system. And let's get ready to do this right now. You're listening to the Information Man Show.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
The Information Man Show. Information Man Show. You're going to get Information Man Show. You're going to get Information Man Show. Information Man Show. To open up your mind. To open up your mind. Teach one, each one. Open up your mind. Information is powerful. This is the video, ladies and gentlemen. This is the video from New Orleans, the New Orleans mayor. Here we go. Open up your mind with Information Man Show.
The venues involved, and there are a lot of them.
Bars, restaurants, breweries throughout our parish, gyms, fitness centers throughout our parish, sports complexes and stadiums. This includes the Superdome, concerts, centers, music halls, event spaces, and adult performing
Tell the truth.
Performance venues, casinos, and racetracks also included in this. We are not in capacity.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming over again. I really appreciate everybody coming over, and I'm going to go back into the chat room and see what people are talking about. It's crazy. So this is what's going on. A lot of pressure is being put on good people. You got to get this card here. You got to get that card, or you can't go into these public places and enjoy yourself in a bar. You can't enjoy yourself in a bar and have a good time and have a drink. You got to do it at home, baby. When they implement this in these particular 4 cities, you ain't going to be able to go out and have a good time, like I said, in the club. You ain't going to be able to party, shake your booty in a club and listen to a DJ. But then again, who would want to go to a club in these situations? Right. That's right. Who would want to do that right now, ladies and gentlemen? In the situation that we're living in right now. That would be foolish. All right. A clap to everybody in the chat room again and coming right back in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go back into the chat room once more and see where people are at. Let me see if there's, let me just double check one more thing that I may possibly want to show you before I get started. And oh, there it is. It's the slider. There we go. The slider, most definitely. I want to show you the slider. This is important for me to read this. Very important. Now, oh, no, that's not what I want to put up yet next. This is what I want to do, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that. I want to do this. Give me a minute. There we go. And I want to read something to you. So for those of you in the chat room, I'm going to go to the chat room and pull up names again and see what everyone's talking about. But I got to read this to you because that's what those slides are pertaining to. Now, those of you out there who know the law and know your rights, can they mandate you to take a vaccine that you don't want to take? Another question I want to bring to everyone's attention that has been lost in this whole conversation about vaccinating, not vaccinating, whatever people want to do, is the question of this. And I heard my brother, dear brother Keedy, who I'm going to be bringing on the show. This brother's like a scientist. He writes books. The brother is deep. And I want to say shout out to him if he's out there listening. I was listening to his program today, and he said one of the things that's been left out of this whole situation is that there's a word called, ladies and gentlemen, you ready for it? It's called informed consent. Where is the informed consent? What is informed consent? Before you take something, they properly educate you as to like what's in it. What's the secret ingredients? What are the side effects, right? What is it going to possibly do to my body, my mind, my spirit, my person? What is it going to do? I want to know these questions. Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
I want to know the questions. You want to know these questions. So informed consent is that you don't engage in anything without being completely informed about what it is, how it's going to affect you. Has it been researched? Has it been tested? What are the test results? Was it tested in a laboratory on what we would call humanized mouse? Has it been tested? And when it was tested on humanized mice, and when it was tested, here comes the code. I'm talking to y'all the code right now, folks. When it was tested on humanized mice, did those humanized mice and other living organisms, did they die within 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, or 2 weeks? And if they died within that period of time, does it mean that I, as a microorganism, you see I'm talking in code, does it mean that I, as a microorganism, could have a similar fate? So I need to be completely comprehensively in, ladies and gentlemen, is the mic working? Is the mic working? I need to be completely informed. How many people in the chat room feel that you are that you have been informed, that you have informed consent? Everybody in the chat room, put a 1 if you think that you have given complete informed consent, and put a 2 if you feel you have not been given informed consent about everything that's going on, and give a 3 if you are completely confused. You're listening to the Information Man Show.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
Under the 14th Amendment, assessed that no state shall make or enforce a law abridging the privileges or the immunities of citizenship of the United States of America, or deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of the law. That's the Supreme Court recognizes a 14th Amendment guarantees the substance's due process that protects United States residents. We are residents, we're citizens. Some of us in the chat room, there's some people that are international, against arbitrary legislation actions, these actions being against the constitutional guarantees that requires that the legislation not be unreasonable, meaning, do they have the right to do this to you folks? Do they have the right under the 14th Amendment? Wait for the surprise that I'm going to give you. The United States residents against arbitrary legislations. This constitutes guarantees the requirements that legislation not be unreasonable. Is it unreasonable to ask people or tell people that they can't go to certain places without the jab, that they can't work at a job without the jab, that they can't be a nurse without the jab, or possibly you can't send your child to school possibly without the jab? Is something to really think about, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Tell the truth.
There was a case in 1905, ladies and gentlemen. I talked about this in earlier videos, and just so you know, I'm not bragging, but maybe I'm just bragging. I was probably one of the first folks on YouTube, amongst many other people, that was talking about this virus back when nobody was talking about it. Nobody was watching out for it. Nobody's questioning what's going on, when it was still heavily impacting China. I've got a whole archives of videos on this channel and my second channel as well. In 1905, I hope everybody can hear me and hear me clearly. If you can hear me clearly, hit a 4, because I asked you all for other votes in there to hit a 4 if my mic is coming out nice and clear for you to hear. Let me go on. In 1905, the Supreme Court addressed mandating vaccinations in regard to smallpox. In the Jacob versus Massachusetts, Jacob was a guy who sued Massachusetts. There, the courts ruled that the police powers of the state absolutely included reasonable regulations established by the legislation to protect public health and the safety. Such regulations do not violate the 14th Amendment right. Amendment right to liberty, because they fall within the many restraints to which every person is necessarily subject to for the common good. So because what they're saying is that they have a right to do this to you if it means the common good to the larger public, not you as the individual. Real liberty for all cannot exist if each individual is allowed to act without regard to the injury that his or her actions might cause. Other liberty is constrained by law. The court went on to determine in the Jacob case versus Massachusetts that the state may require vaccinations if the Board of Health deems it important. This is a real case law, ladies and gentlemen. On the Information Man Show, you're going to get the information, you're going to get the truth.
Tell the truth.
This is real case law in 1905, which is still on the books. So what I'm saying to you is that under the 14th Amendment, you are protected against the government forcing you to do things. But unfortunately, they can mandate stuff if it means the public health good. And this is why Los Angeles can do what they're doing, getting ready to do. San Francisco can do what they're doing, which is about to drop on the 20th. New York, that's right. New York is about to drop their law on the 15th. That's tomorrow. Today, no, that's today. Wait a minute. They're dropping it. If I'm not mistaken, wait a minute. Let me go back up in here and pull this video back out. Just hang on, folks, and bear with me.
A new approach, which we're calling the key to NYC.
Let me stop that there. I want to move this to where they had the date again. There it is, right there. I'm stopping it right there for the purpose of you all seeing this. Key to New York pass. First in the nation vaccine requirements for workers and customers. Indoor dining, indoor fitness, indoor entertainment, and performance. This is all going to launch tomorrow. So, man, they're all on the same accord. San Francisco's going to launch theirs. They're all on the same accord, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't that interesting? Wow. New York's going to launch theirs on August the 16th, and they're going to enforce it on September the 13th. San Francisco's about to launch theirs tomorrow. This is all about to take place on the 16th. So my video, this video tonight is actually I'm doing this in the right time, in frame time, because this is about to drop loose on New York on the 16th, on San Francisco. This is about to happen in San Francisco on the 16th. We're talking about the city by the bay with the beautiful Golden Gate Bridge. I know this city very well. I spent maybe over 30 years of my life there. I went to junior high school, maybe more than that, high school there, college, a good part of my life. I know the city by the bay very well. That's the Golden Gate Bridge. And north of the bridge where the mountains are, that's Marin. Beautiful, beautiful. No, there's no other place in the world in terms of a city that's more beautiful than the Bay Area, to San Francisco. We can change our terrain at any state. I can go to Snow and Tahoe just like that. Nevada. We can go to the national parks in Yosemite. We got so much We got so much natural resources. But that's the city by the bay that's about to break it all. That about to bust it wide open with making people take that jab. And then we got New York. Both these cities are breaking it down tomorrow, and making people take that jab. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, L.A., Hollywood, as we know it, Los Angeles, they're about to be on the same accord in just a minute as you see that beautiful picture of Los Angeles right there. Los Angeles, California. California lovin'. Tupac and all that good stuff, y'all. That was a deep song back in the day. So let me come back over here and get back into here. Get that jamming music going. Let's come back on in here.
Okay. Hold up.
Yeah. All right, folks, let me put this on the screen here.
I'm racing the clock. Look at them block, watching them block. Used to see this in my sleep when I ain't had put my thoughts in the car. I really was lost.
You are listening
now
to
I'm public with the soundscapes. Floss really pulling strings for the pound cake. I see you went for a puppet in the clown face for a little wage. The talk of the town is late. Still me, I never switch sides. Came a long way with the gas tank running on fumes. Wonder why you full on the envy. When it's all love, when I fall through with the young bulls getting.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So now, I talked about the 14th Amendment, but the 4th Amendment, check this out. The 4th Amendment of the United States, this is the way they get you, folks. So the 14th Amendment can be enforced, they can supervent that, they can change that if it's about what's in best of the public health. What's in the best benefit of public health. The 4th Amendment of the United States Constitution, which is Title III of the United States Civil Rights Act. But experts are saying that the 4th Amendment applies only to government entitles, and Title III of the United States Civil Rights Act makes no mention of discrimination based on your medical condition. So what does this mean, ladies and gentlemen? This means if you work for the federal government, you work for the state government, they can't mandate you. As of right now, they can't, because they haven't changed anything, but they can't mandate you. So any of you out there who work for state government, who work for federal government, put a one in the chat room if you work for either federal or state government. They can't. They're not mandating you to be able to keep your job as of right now to take the jab, but they are requiring you to be tested every week that you come into work, to take a rapid test or to take a weekly test. That's what they're requiring you right now. That goes across. That goes across all state and federal jobs, no matter where you are, red states or blue states. Right now, let's put this slider up here, like so. The private business cannot discriminate on the basis of race, gender, religion, national origins, or disability, but otherwise they have the right, ladies and gentlemen. I know y'all not going to like what I'm putting. This is. I know y'all not liking this. I know y'all not liking this. I know it. I know y'all not liking it. Private businesses cannot discriminate on the basis of race, gender, religion, national origins, or disability, but otherwise they have the right to conduct transactions with whomever they choose. Experts say that businesses would likely have to try to provide reasonable accommodations, especially under ADA compliance, American Disabilities Act, and I know that very well in my profession, for customers who cannot be vaccinated because of a disability, religious belief before they can refuse services. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a religious belief, you have a medical condition that says you can't be vaccinated, you best to be looking into that right now. If you are one of the folks in the chat room and those that are listening who do not want to take this vaccine. And I'm not shaming nobody. This isn't about shaming. You got to do what you think is best for you and your family. But we do know that we do know, we can get into conspiracy theories here, but we do know that there is something out there taking our lives. You can say, hey, this is population control. This is this and that. It could be a number of things, folks. Yes, we just don't know. We just don't know. It's a lot going on, but we do know that people are losing their lives from this situation. So just keep that in mind. You got to make a choice that's best for you, your religion, your medical condition, your disability. Now for the last slider I want to put up here. Oops, it's not the one I want to put, but that's it. Once again, San Francisco is about to break this out come, I was wrong. San Francisco is going to be launching their initiative to make it mandatory for you to have the vaccine to be able to go into shops and stores and beauty shops and go into. That means you can't get a damn haircut. Oh my God. Some of us are going to be walking. Oh my God. I didn't even think about that too. Wait a minute. August 20th is when it's being launched in the city by the bay, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa. That's something that I just now thought about. Wait a minute, folks.
I'm chasing a bag, I'm racing the clock. Look at him block, watching him flop. Used to see this in my sleep when I ain't had to put my thoughts in the car. I really was lost.
Make sure to
Now
subscribe
I'm
to
public
his
with the
channel.
soundscapes. Floss, I'm really pulling strings for the pound cake. I see you went for a puppet in the clown face for a little wage. The talk of the town is
whoa.
Still me, I never switched sides. Came a long way with the gas tank running on fumes when the white full on the end.
Whoa. Just remember several months back or maybe a year ago, a lot of us were walking around with afros on our head, overgrown growth on our faces. A lot of ladies weren't able to get their hairstyles and all that done. You know what? I just thought about something. That means barber shops. Those are public places. That means that people who have barber shops, if they feel so inclined to do so, they could tell you can't come in and get a haircut or you can't get your hair done, ladies. That's another thing I failed to bring up here that we gotta take into account. How many barbershops? I'm gonna be honest with y'all though right now. When it come to black people, we going to get our hair done. Tell me I'm lying or I'm not lying. We know we gonna get our hair done. And when it come to our barber shops and our beauty shops, come on now, you know damn well that our barbers and our beauty hair care professionals, they got to make that money. They need that money, and I wouldn't be surprised if they still tell you to come on in and get your hair done, ladies, and get your hair cut, get your fade, cut it up, brothers, and all that kind of stuff, because they want to make that money. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. Not to laugh about it, but people gonna still try to operate, but still, there are gonna be some people out there that are gonna refuse the service to the public, and then I wonder how many people are gonna be walking around as spies, inspecting businesses and giving businesses fines and shutting them down if they go in the store and say, how many people that are in your restaurant, in your barbershop right now have their vaccinated cards? How many? And will you be able, and how many people will be able to pop this out like, bam, there go my card, right? How many people are going to be able to throw that card out there like that and say, there you go, I got it, here go my black fingers, and boom, there I go. How many are going to actually have that card? That is something to definitely think about. I want everybody to think about that as I get ready to go back in the chat room. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, back to the chat room.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
All right, here we go. All right, we got Beverly Pams who says stock up on hair products. Yeah, you're going to have to stock up on hair products, ladies and gentlemen. Stock up on hair products. DOD. He says, peace to everybody. We got my man, the one and only M1 in the house, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, brother? My brother says the card will be accepted. AM1. That's my man right there. with DOD in the house as well. And I see we got Be the Difference Clothing. Hello, world. We've got AM1 saying the card will be accepted for only so long. Better to not comply. Woo. All right. Now we got my sister. Be the Difference Clothing is in the house. Let's see what we got here. We got fake vaccine cards. Phew. Yeah, that's another thing. How will they be able to determine the real vaccine cards from the fake cards? That's a good question. Now we got Web in the house, Web Cafe. People are going to see the real you. Yeah, they're going to see the real you because you ain't going to be able to get that hairstyle the way you want. And we got Junk. Woo! We got Junk Closet in the house. And I got to say again, this is a dynamic sister. Check out our channel. We got content creators in the channel, ladies and gentlemen. I need you all to write their names down, check out their channels, and you know what? Subscribe, ladies and gentlemen, subscribe. All right, we got, put these names in here. We've got Over 50 and Fabulous. I've been using and listening since March of 2020, masks and gloves. I hear you. Who do we have here now? We got Time to Start Sticking Up on All Essential, stocking up on toilet paper. Stock up on your toilet paper. Stock up on all your products that you had to stock up on before. You might have to learn how to cut your own hair. That's only if you live in these cities, ladies and gentlemen. So far, the other cities haven't done it, but it doesn't mean that they can't do it. And then we got Kendra in the house. Let me see, did I get Kendra in there? There we go. And AM1 says they will force you to have it on an app. That's right. They will even come out with an app, AM1, where you'll have to put in there that you have proof on your phone. That's a good point. And now we got my sister Afro in the house giving a clap. Good to see you here. We've got another fine person that's come in. This is, stocking up. This is Divine Wisdom. Divine Wisdom, thank you for coming over to the Information Man Show, and clap to everybody in the chat room right now. Thank you for coming on in. Reigning Woman, let me see what DOD is saying right here. DOD is saying, I had several people sub to me last week. Thank you all. Thank you, DOD. Everybody, support each other. We got a sister by the name of Natural in the chat room. She got a great channel. She sells products. Subscribe to her. We got my man, and I love him. He's fantastic. He makes everything rock, and that is 1SP. He has a channel. Check him out too. He says, I'll send out a few care packages to my brothers and sisters. Check out 1SP's channel. Now, going back to, cancel that out. We got Purple in the house. Woo, Purple, do you like my purple? Purple? Give you a clap, sister, for coming over again, or coming over. Woo! She says some states already have an app.
Tell the truth.
And now we got Big Dog is back in the house. Has hit the likes, family. Hit the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Hit the likes. Share the video on all your social media. If you can, I really appreciate that. If you are a content creator, put it in your community tab. Share it in all of your social media, as I would appreciate that, folks. I appreciate all of you. We got Tanya again. She's in the house. Mushrooms, berries, green bean. Yeah, stock up on your food. Reigning Woman in the house again. She says you can YouTube ways to style your hair. I have 6 months of supplies and 3 to 6 months of food. Wow, tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Everybody, this is the time to support YouTubers who do beauty care shows. I think Natural does a beauty care show that's in the chat room. Many ladies that are in the chat room may be dabbling in that as well. This is the time for you to definitely support people who provide you beauty care, hair care, healthy living, healthy eating type of videos. Because those of you who live in cities right now, I'm in California, New York, New Orleans, and maybe other cities to come, you might need to be familiar with these things if you are a person who refuses to take the jab. I'm not trying to shame anybody. I'm just saying, if you are that person, and let me put Kendra back on there. She says, loving good people, we loving here. Yes, the family is here. Everybody is here. I love everybody that's here. And appreciate all of you who are coming out tonight. A big crowd tonight, and I appreciate that. We've got Peggy in the house. She says, counterfeit people will make money making cards. Pamela's in the house again, saying thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs the video up, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we got Lady Gold in Melanin is in the house. A clap to you, sister. Back to the Basics is in the house. And then we got Shaka. Good to see you over here tonight, Shaka. Put you on the screen there. Mr. Savvy says collided silver is harmful. Yeah, Dr. Savvy did say that collided silver was danger. You're right about that, Shaka. And now let's see Terrell Jones come in the house saying, I can see them making people get the jab if they get government assistance. Yeah, there's been talk about that. Will they take you off of government assistance if you don't comply with the jab? Now we've got CJ Madam A804 who says, hello, be the difference and over 50 fabulous. Bless you, sister. And yes, bless everybody in the chat room. All of you, bless you. Let me see what Beverly is saying. She says, Rainy Woman Plus do a body cleansing. Yeah, body cleansing. Everybody is giving everybody great advice in the chat room. Okay, AM1 is shouting out, is speaking with people. He says, Terrell Jones, they will definitely try that if they are allowed to. Tiffany Jackson, I see you. Man, we got some great people in here. And now, we've got my man, The Clue, coming in the house. Clap to you. Clue says this, ladies and gentlemen. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. We got Clue in the house, and Clue says this. The whole point of the government assistance is to get you to comply. Now, let me break something down to you all in the chat room. If you look at the word government, maybe can anybody in the chat room tell me right now, what does the word government mean? What is the real breakdown meaning of it? What does it mean? What does it mean if you break it down? What is its origins? Can anyone tell me the word government? What does the word government really mean? Can someone tell me? Hello, everyone. This is Miss JoJo who's come in the house, and I appreciate you coming over, Miss JoJo. Definitely stick around, subscribe to the channel, check out what we're doing over here on the Information Man.
You are listening to Information Man.
Show.
Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
Can anybody tell me what the word government really means? Yes, yes, yes. I have a detoxifying diet, so my body is constantly cleansing itself. All right. All right, let me see here. I take vitamin C, D, apple cider. Yeah, take vitamin D, very important. Social culture, to steer. Ladies and gentlemen, to keep it 100% real with you, if you really break down the etymology, if I'm saying that correct, of the word government, the word itself means to control. Doesn't government control us? Government controls how we're buried 6 feet under. Government determines how you're born into the world. Government controls every aspect of our life on one level or another. Government controls the fact that you got to pay taxes, right? Government is in control of many, many different things. The word government is just that. It is to control you. So therefore, you have city governments like San Francisco, Los Angeles, and of course, New York and New Orleans that are taking desperate measures to say, we're going to mandate you to take the vaccine, whether you like it or not, if you want to be able to play in the playground and have a good time out here in this world, such as going to playgrounds, going to gyms, as I had said before. This is about you showing them this card, right? I'm going to show you a series of things right here. And I'm going to get back to the chat room in just a minute, folks. And let me put on the music, a little bit of music. This is about you complying with government, local government, in this case, mandating that you do what they want you to do. Because they say, hey, we got this, we want you to show us this card. You won't be able to go to a sporting event at a stadium. You won't be able to go clubbing, as I said before. You won't be able to boogie. You won't be able to go to a bar and get a drink. I'm going to say that again. You won't be able to do any of these things. You won't be able to go to a restaurant and have a date with a fine woman. You won't be able to go into any of these places and enjoy yourself while you're waiting for a waiter to come to your table. You won't be able to do any of that, ladies and gentlemen, like you see on those pictures right there. You're not going to get any kind of service because you're not going to be allowed to go in to get the service. You'll be on the outside of the streets driving around, but you won't be able to get in these places. New York has mandated this. San Francisco, LA, City by the Bay, as I had said before. You got to get the jab. You got to comply. Right? Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't comply, then the question is, what can you really do? Let me put something else in here real quick. I want to show y'all something else, folks. As you can see, I want to show y'all something. To a guy, I'm in tune with the signs. I'm just trying to let go. I'm just trying to be me. I'm just trying to do fine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I want to show y'all. So if you don't comply with what they want you to do, then you're going to be at home doing what this young man's doing right here. Look at that. By yourself. Or with somebody in there with you, right? Washing, cleaning things. You're going to be isolated to your residence, possibly, under these restrictions if you can't go anywhere. You're going to be at home, rearranging your living room, doing something like what this brother's doing right here. Will that be you? How far will they go with these mandates? Will they say you can't go to a store and get something to eat? I'm just asking, ladies and gentlemen. Don't shoot the messenger, right? You may not be able to do nothing but be at home by yourself, with yourself, because we got this running around out here in the world, and they don't want your butt anywhere out there in public. These are thoughts. I just want y'all to see that. I want to give a clap to everybody in the chat room again. All right. Back to the chat room again. I'm way too smooth, yeah. I'm way too smooth, yeah. All right, let's get back to it. Okay, brother AM1 says his place is nice. I'd rather stay home. Yeah, but I definitely, if you got a nice place, you can enjoy yourself at home. Connect with your friends and family if you can. Don't isolate yourself completely because, ladies and gentlemen, there has been a lot of high counts of suicide rates amongst people who felt isolated when we were in the thick of this virus way back when, in the early start of this whole thing. So we have kids that have taken their life, people who have taken their life, and more people have been depressed in this country due to being isolated. So there, even though it looks cool, the brother had a cool pad, looks like a place you want to kick back in yourself, it's very important that you still connect with your family, your friends. Do not isolate yourself. Hit the likes and button, family. That's right, Big Dog OG. Thank you for supporting. We got Divine Wisdom who says, I do that now, and I have no issues with it. Hey, most power, nothing but power to you. Now we've got Brother Clue who says, the flu of 2020. Earl Owens is in the house. Glad to have you join us. He says, tell the truth. Yeah, tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Definitely tell the truth. We got to tell the truth around here. DOD, let me see what DOD is saying as I get to the conclusion of my video tonight. Oh, wait a minute. I got to open up the phone lines, ladies and gentlemen. I would rather be on a clean, let me see. I would rather be home cleaning than stretching out on a coffin. Stretch out on a coffin. I hear you. Let me see. We got Marlo's music channel that's in the house here, who's just come in. And let me do this. I want to keep the chat open and at the same time put the number up. So I'm going to have to do something here. So let me do this. How am I going to do this? I'm going to, hang on, folks. Bear with me while I set this up. And while I set this up, let me play a little bit of music for your listening pleasure. And wait a minute, let me go with this right here. What do I want to go with here? We want something good. Let me go with this.
It's not my fault. You've been lying, saying that I took away your peace. Drowning by yourself, now you wanna blame me. Like you have no options. I ain't take your options. Now I'm not the problem. Man, that's on you, yeah. You've been terrorizing me, yeah, I'm always wrong. I knew you lost your mind when you dropped that bomb. Girl, are you crazy? Yeah, you must be crazy. I've been thinking lately it's you. You stole your peace, put it on me. Baby, it's you.
All right. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the phone number right there. Let me turn the phone lines on if anybody wants to call that number.
You could say whatever, and I would never. Yeah. You've been flexing everywhere. Girl, look in the mirror. Man, you so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the call-in line for tonight. If anybody, I'm going to stay on for just a little while longer before I call it a conclusion, a crescendo on tonight's program. But if you can do me the greatest favor, anybody who would like to call in, that's the number. It is a conference call, so I can have multiple people on the line at the same time. And if you talk about anything related to what I'm talking about tonight as it relates to this virus, do not call it by name. Just say virus and speak in code. Don't say anything reckless. I don't want to hear any conspiracy theories like they did something to people in Australia. Stay within stay within the conversation. We don't need to get in conspiracy theories because it's already here. It's having an impact. Stay within the framework of maybe what you would do as it relates to whether you would either quit your job or if you would comply or that you think that this violates people's rights. Stay within the framework of the conversation. I don't want any reckless, because I've already had a video taken down from YouTube before related to these issues, before when someone came on the show and said something very reckless without backing up their sources. So keep that in mind. You got to learn to speak in code as well. So the phone lines are ready to go. The number is 605-313-5658. And the access code, if you can't see it, is 571-128. 571-128 is the access code. Do I have anybody there?
Pastor King. Sorry.
All right. One at a time. Let me know who's on the line one at a time so that we can make sure that everyone is heard, everyone is respected. Who do we have on the line right now?
AM1.
AM1, my brother, peace to you. Thank you for coming over tonight. It's good to see you, brother. You're in the town. What are your thoughts about what's happening? Because this is happening to the city by the bay, which is right next to Oakland, which means it's probably coming to Oakland very soon because, you know, we're in California. What are your thoughts?
Salute to you, Info Man. Peace to everybody in the chat. Mm-hmm. And this is not only an important discussion, but it is the most important discussion of our time right now because it's super serious. It is definitely popping off in San Francisco. London Breeze finally announced it, but this was already in play a few weeks ago, and it has already started in Oakland. There's a lot of nightlife and bar venues who are making announcements that you have to show. They require that you show proof of certain medical interventions to be able to enter their establishment.
Right.
Our rights and freedoms are being encroached upon under the guise of some kind of public health emergency that cannot be actually proven or verified by the average person. So we have to trust the experts.
Right. But AM1, don't you find it interesting that, matter of fact, AM1, I'm glad you're here, brother. I want you to listen to this. Hope you can hear this. I want to say this. I find it interesting that Dr. Fauci and any of these scientists, worth their salt and gold, if it even is that, have not emphasized the importance of building the immune system up. Since this attacks your immune system, why are they not pushing the fact that vitamin D, and I did a video on this on my channel, that they've done research to show that vitamin D, people who take more vitamin D, it strengthens your immune system. Eating a better diet, along with all the other things that you have to do to protect yourself. They're not emphasizing that. They're emphasizing everything else. Now, for everyone listening in the chat room right now, I want you all to hear something right now that I'm going to play. This is Dr. Fauci, and I hope that you can hear this, AM1. I've got this all fired up and ready to go. This is Dr. Fauci. I don't know if you remember me playing this before, AM1, or hearing this yourself. Dr. Fauci had an interview. The woman asked him, Dr. Fauci, do you see some time or another when we could have what they call immunity cards, which means you are given a card, like we already have been talking about tonight, that gives you the pass to get on a plane, to fly here, to eat here, to go there. And he said that it was something that they were talking about. Dr. Fauci said this, brother. This audio is from 2019 when this whole thing was breaking out. Listen to this audio, ladies and gentlemen, that I got. It's about a 24-second audio. This is Dr. Fauci.
Can you imagine a time where Americans carry certificates of immunity?
You know, that's possible. I mean, it's one of those things that we talk about when we want to make sure that we know who the vulnerable people are and not. This is something that's being discussed. I think it might actually have some merit under certain circumstances.
Do y'all hear that? Do y'all hear what I'm saying? Let me hit that again. Only 24 seconds.
Can you imagine a time where Americans carry certificates of immunity?
You know, that's possible. I mean, it's one of those things that we talk about when we want to make sure that we know who the vulnerable people are and not. This is something that's being discussed. I think it might actually have some merit under certain circumstances.
All right, I'm going to stop right there. AM1, did you hear the audio that I just played? Did everybody in the chat room hear that audio? If you did, hit a 1. But AM1, were you able to hear the audio? I played it 2 times of Dr. Fauci talking about immunity pass cards, which he said maybe a 2019, and he said that something that they had been talking about. Did you hear that, brother?
Yeah, and I heard it, and I've heard all of his flip-flops. I've heard all of his lies, like blatant lies that within their narrative have put people's lives in danger. So I don't understand how that dude is even still having a job, let alone not being in prison. So yeah,
right.
It's definitely a shady character.
All right, everybody could hear that audio.
Yeah, no, they definitely definitely want to do the passport thing.
Mm-hmm,
they want to. They're going to do more. They're going to keep forcing it. They're going to keep making people take more and more of these things. The more people comply with it, the more give them an inch. They're going to keep taking a mile. They're going to keep taking away more freedom. And they have to go for all the marbles, because if enough people understand what they're doing, this is a kind of a code word, but it's ultimately human experimentation, because none of this stuff is approved. None of this stuff has been used on humans before.
Right.
So, and there's no long-term safety data.
Okay.
So they're trying to coerce people, bribe people, and manipulate people into taking this thing that they know there's no long-term safety data. The only way out of this is mass non-compliance. Okay. Anybody playing along with this are basically setting up the future for their children to not have any freedom.
All right. We got Tanya saying here, I do not believe nothing he's saying. He's been caught up in multiple misinformation. And let me say a shout out to, put her back up here real quick, AM1. She says, peace. This is Nikki Divine Perfection. Thank you, sister, for coming over and being a part of the program tonight. Everybody that's in the chat room, you all are the best. AM1, I really appreciate you coming on, brother. And is there anything else you want to add? I want to, because if there's other people on the line, I want to give them a chance to speak their piece. But AM1, is there anything else you want to add, brother?
Yeah, and I'll fall off, man. Basically, like I just said, peaceful non-compliance. We do that now, and this thing goes away. Mm-hmm. Or if we don't do it, these people are going to take away more and more freedom. It's up to us. Let's do it. Stop playing around.
Right. Trace minerals is very important, reigning woman. AM1, once again, brother, thank you for contributing. Because I just kind of want to, I'm going to get a few people on here before I end this tonight. I know it's late for people all around the country, but not for us. We're still, 8:42 p.m. in California right now. But AM1, you're the best, brother. You always come through with the knowledge and the power, brother. So you basically, I'm glad that you came upstairs. And I appreciate you saying that this is a conversation that we need to have. And it is. There's a lot of conversations that we need to have on YouTube streets besides other conversations that are not always the most important, because this is going to affect many people. And I think they're going to take it to the next level where they're going to tell you you're going to have your kids vaccinated. Before you go, AM1, before I bring someone else in, what is your thoughts about that potential that they could say, hey, if you want your kids to go to school, they're going to have to take the jab. And I already read the law. I think it was Jacob against Massachusetts, where they decided that it was they decided in case law that it was in the public good and that kids had to be vaccinated or they couldn't go to school. What do you think is going to happen, brother? AM1, are you still there? I think he must have dropped off the line. Okay. Is there anybody else on the line that wants to render their thoughts?
Much love and respect.
Okay. Hey, AM1, thank you for being up here, brother. Okay, now we got a sister on now. Say your name again and render your thoughts.
It's Back to the Basics. Hello.
Hey, Back to the Basics. Love to have you. I'm glad that you came on upstairs. Render your thoughts. I know you told me several weeks or months, about a month ago, or maybe 2 months ago, or maybe earlier than that, because you're military. I don't want to put your business out there like that, but they are making it mandating. They're trying to mandate military personnel to take the jab. But what are your thoughts about what I've been talking about tonight? Render your thoughts.
Yeah, I know in a previous podcast when we were on way back in December, I said, I think people should have choices. Before I go any further, none of my statements are endorsed by the United States Army.
Yeah, she's not endorsing
it. Or anything like that.
Right.
I'm not endorsing anything. I think people should have choices. Whenever I did my research, usually for vaccines, to do the full clinical trials, it usually takes 6 to 10 years in order for there to be enough research for them to even from start to finish.
Right.
From them initially starting it to full approval. So just for them to do this within a year or year and a half or whatever it is, it's just really a little bit too quick. And like I said, for the military, yes, it's very difficult because there's already been administrative tools for people, particularly after Memorial Day weekend.
Yes.
So if people were trying to go on vacation, like their paperwork has to go through another, let's just say, more loopholes to go through just to go on leave.
Right.
And that's all I can say. And I don't think that should be fair. But yeah, soldiers don't have implied consent. I had to really do a lot of digging just to find out like what the ingredients are, and I have to go back through and see if I still have it. But yeah, I think me personally, I'm not a doctor, but I know what I've seen, and I don't think anybody should.
All right.
I don't recommend it to anybody. Nobody should take it. Nobody.
All right. Let me just say this.
That's just my personal opinion.
Okay. Back to the basics. Just hang on there for a minute. Let me say good. We got a brother here by the name of Philly. He's FIFA World Other Gaming, and I love FIFA Soccer. I'm waiting for the new one to come out next month. But he's from New York, and he says, good night from New York City, brother. And hey, you be safe out there. I don't know if you're going to be able to get out and go to any kind of places. They're going to be locking it down on you if you didn't take the jab. But if you took the jab, you got all the keys to the city of New York, according to the mayor. And I think, so if you took the jab, folks, and then, like, once again, this isn't about shaming anybody. You have to take charge of your health, do what you think is best for you. It's not about us trying to tell you what to do. I don't really want to tell people what to do. I just want to lay out what the facts are, lay out what's going on here as it relates to the fact that they're going to make it mandatory, back to the basics, to make people take it if they did not necessarily get the jab. And I think people have to do what they think is best. If you live in New York and you don't have the jab, you don't get the keys to the city, meaning you can't go out, according to the mayor, and enjoy the indoor activities. Although I don't know why anybody want to go indoors. And then we got my man, Ross Peace. What's going on? Welcome here, brother. You're welcome here. Thank you. He put a 1 in there. Let's take another vote again, ladies and gentlemen, because I didn't see it the first time. How many people are from New York? Put New York. How many people are from California? Put California. How many folks are from New Orleans? Put New Orleans. How many people live in San Francisco or California or LA? Put that. How many of you in the chat room think that it's coming to your city? Now, if you're in a red state, you might be better off because the red state leadership, which is mainly run by the Republican clan, they don't like it. And the demon cracks definitely are down with it, but it's to each his own is what I'm saying. Back to the base. Is there anything else you want to say? And I wonder if anybody else is on the line with you, but is anything else you want to add about about what we've been talking about tonight?
I would just encourage people to boost their immune system. Make sure that they are taking ginger like zinc, vitamin D, vitamin C, and black seed oil. But as far as the social experiment,
Yes.
I wouldn't get involved in that. I'd stay
Okay.
away from that. That's just me.
Okay.
But everybody should make their own choice.
I'm going to say this because on my
that's all I
show,
got.
on my show, it's about giving people solutions. My solution, again, now I'm going to say this for the purpose of, you know how YouTube is. I'm not saying this is a cure to the virus. I'm not saying this is a cure. I'm not saying that it's, that I'm a doctor. I'm simply saying for people to take care of their immune system, it is in your best interest to make sure you take vitamin D, take your calcium, right? Your magnesium, eat your bananas. And for those of us that are highly melanated, meaning we have pigment to our skin, that means we got a lot of melanin, you need to do research. And I'm going to do another show about this. Take all the foods that are heavy in melanin that works with you. So you've got to load yourself up with spinach. Oh, get pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are good for your blood pressure. Pumpkin seeds will wash out the impurities in your body when you get those worms in your brain, which are the worms that interfere with your neurons in your brain, which could be a link to you getting Alzheimer's. Pumpkin seeds will clean you out. They will make
much
you
respect.
Much respect to you.
Man.
They will make you hang on for a minute, brother. They will make you go to the bathroom and to get those worms out. So really get into your health. Get into your natural health. If you want to go vegan, look, I don't know how many of you guys have noticed this, but I have lost weight. I was a little bit more, I gained weight, and I've changed my diet, and I have shedded weight off of my body due to my diet. I have a low carb diet. I don't eat a lot of carbs. I don't eat potatoes. I don't eat rice. I don't eat any of that stuff. My diet is heavy in vegetables, some protein, right? But you want to get your protein primarily from plants, because how do you think animals get protein? They eat plants too. They get it from the plants. So really get into your diet to boost your immune system. Get out there and get some sun, exercise, and then do all other things you need to do. Okay, back to the bases. Hang on there if you can. We have someone else on here who go right ahead, brother. Render your thoughts. Speak in code, of course. Don't say anything reckless, but speak your mind.
Yes, sir. How you doing? This is Big Dog Philly OG. Much respect to
everybody. Much
much
respect to
love
you
and
too,
respect.
brother. I'm glad that you're here. So Big Dog Philly, which is a brother who has been supporting me heavily. So y'all get his brother some respect in the chat room. Me and him run with brother Sanchez. That's where I know him from. Brother Sanchez is the brother that I had on my show for an interview maybe a year or two ago. Damn good show we had together, and we're gonna do it again. But brother Big Dog, render your thoughts.
Yes, I want to give basically a short story. Like, I trusted this system, in 2015. Me and my wife had a 3-year-old daughter that, we wanted to get her vaccinated and everything. And basically, to make a long story short, basically she died a month later after we got that jab or that flu shot. And basically, we tried to sue, but the system wouldn't let us sue because they've been protecting the people that's taking or the companies that's been giving the flu shot out. And basically, we wasn't able to sue. And basically, my 3-year-old daughter died, and they basically tried to blame it on me.
No.
Yes, sir. Basically, they tried to blame it on basically me and my wife's genes, and I had to bury my 3-year-old daughter because of their flu shot. And I've been going hard against it ever since, my brother. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes.
I
and
can't.
basically, like I said, to make a long story short, we took her to the hospital, say a week after she took the shot.
Yes.
And basically for dehydration. Then from dehydration, it turned into multi-organ failure.
Oh no.
Then after that, it was over.
No.
And this government didn't want to take no responsibility. You know, they've been covering up, lying about the safety of that shot, along with other shots, a lot of other shots. So my choice is, like, I'm gonna say this, like, right after that, me and my wife she got pregnant. We had another daughter. You know, basically, we ain't allowing her, or we ain't getting it all, none of the shots at all. We're refusing to, because they never wanted to take response. I tried to sue the hospital, I tried to sue the doctor, then I tried to sue the pharmaceutical companies. And basically, I tried to take it to vaccine court, and it was shot down. And they just tried to blame it on me and my wife's genes. So that's why I say no. You know, and I mean, I'm not doing it.
OG, let me
I have to homeschool my daughter and pay $1,000 a month to homeschool my daughter, that's what I'll do. But go ahead, brother.
No, brother. I don't know. I don't know what to say, brother. This was the last thing, and I don't mean no disrespect. You came on. You were trying to get my attention, and I had no idea that you were going to lay this one on us. And this is. I got to ask you this question, brother.
I had put it in the chat, and a few people gave the condolences, and I thanked them. But yeah, I had put it in the chat.
And I got to apologize. I didn't see. I've been so busy up here doing this and that on this particular subject matter. I want to apologize, brother. I didn't see that in the chat, or I would have emphasized that. But you came up here and said something and laid something really heavy, and I've been hearing these type of stories about people who have loved ones, and then look. The government, because they've rushed this to operation, these companies who have created this whatever, they are protected by the federal government. You can't. Now, I've heard people. I was listening to Joe Madison on his show, and he kept going on about how people can sue the government for this or sue these companies. No, these companies have been given immunity. They've been given qualified immunity like police officers. You can't, because it was put out in emergency. And I said earlier tonight, how many people believe in the chat room, and you can do a vote right now, putting 1 or 2 for no. How many people believe that they were given true informed consent, meaning you are completely 100% informed and understand what it is that you're dealing with here? And so here you have a situation, OG, who's lost his daughter, and he said to you, this is no game, folks. He said right here on this program tonight that he did everything he can to take these companies to court, and they were protected, and they did not get justice. OG, go ahead and continue, brother. Golly.
Yeah, I just want to say, like, they've been covering up the safety of not only the flu shot, a lot of the medicine. Like, I'm gonna say this, I'm basically a herbologist. I only eat fruits and vegetables. I juice all my food. I take the sea moss. I take the ginger seed, black seed oil. I take mullein leaf for my lungs. I ginger root. I basically changed my diet, and like I said, I don't believe in their medicine no more. I believe in herbal medicines and taking care of one's body, like you said. You know, I want a choice, because when I thought I had a choice, they basically slammed the door in my face and me and my wife's face and tried to blame it on our genes instead of the side effects of their medicine. And I want to let our people know, like, we need to start complaining about the side effects of their medicine, because the side effects of their medicine is literally killing us. Thank you.
OG, when I get a chance, brother, send me an email. You can find my email in the About page of my YouTube channel. I want you to email me at coldwave06 at Gmail. You'll find it on there. And then I'm going to give you my number.
Yeah,
so,
my real name is Leonardo.
Okay, Leonardo.
So
yeah, I know you're real.
Leonardo
I know you go by Leonardo. What I want you to do is email me so that I can give you my personal number, because I need to talk to you behind the scenes. Is that okay, brother?
Yes, sir. I definitely will.
Send that,
Yes,
and then
sir.
I'll send you my personal number, and we can have a more in-depth. We'll have a more personal conversation about this, because I have who I wish I had on my channel tonight, or who I wish it would probably get me shut down completely if I brought Brother Logic on the show. Logic has a YouTube channel. He's in the military. He worked in biological weapons or biological engineering in the military. Let me just stop right there. And he told me some things.
And let me say this.
Go right ahead.
Information,
Go
man,
right ahead.
real quick. I'm a 100% disabled veteran and has been a 100% disabled veteran for the last 30 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I served this country also.
You serve this country. So he's a military veteran, ladies and gentlemen. So get his brother a lot of respect. But OG, this brother that I'm talking about is also military veteran. I think he retired from the military recently.
Yeah, I retired under disability.
Right.
Basically,
Now,
I got hurt while serving.
Right. He told me, because he worked in biological weapon, that he believed that this situation has been, let me use a code word for this, that it has been a blend of herbs and spices, meaning, the cook was the cooks were in the kitchen blending the herbs and spices to create this dish. I'll leave it at that, and then I'm going to talk to you privately behind the scenes exactly the other things he told me.
Yes,
but
sir.
if I really said what he said,
I just wanted to say,
go ahead, brother. You have the floor.
now, I just wanted to say thank you for allowing me up. Much love and respect. Everybody hit that like button and support Information, man. Because he's telling the truth, and that's what I love about it. You're telling the truth.
Thank you, brother. Hey, you're always welcome here. And send me that email so I can give you the personal number so we can have some conversation off of the social media. And I will also see you back over at Brother Sanchez's spot at his channel whenever.
Yep, I'm going to go back in the chat. I just wanted to thank you for letting me up, my brother.
Right.
Much respect to everybody.
That was really heavy what you laid on us tonight, brother. So I don't know. Wow. How do after getting a call like that from a brother who's gone through that situation, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know where I go from here. I want to be reverent and respectful to the brother. So, after he told me that, this ain't no time to play music right now and do the things that I usually do, because that was heavy information that he laid on us. Is there anybody else on the line of the conference call that would like to render their thoughts, if you are still online? And what's up, Donna, Just Being Real? Good to see you here, sister.
Can you hear me?
Over 50 and fabulous. Yes, I can hear you. Hang on for 1 minute. I'm just going to call a few people out. We got J-Lo Rich. Earl Owens is in the house. We got Khan that's in the house saying respect to OG. Kendra, Tanya. We got Rochelle in the house. Thank you for being here, sister. Danya being Just Being Real. I'm always happy to see you over here as well. Back to the Basis, Marlo's music channel, and Peggy Roster, Be the Difference Clothing. I know it's late and people are dropping out. Natural, who's in the house. And now, with all further ado, who do we have on the line with us right now?
It's me, Nikki C, in the place to be. Divine Perspective.
Yes, sister. Yes.
Much gratitude and respect to you.
Thank you.
OG Philly, Back to the Basics, and the other young man that was up here earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Much respect to y'all. And my heart goes out to OG Philly for his unfortunate event with his daughter. But I'm coming up here to say that I feel that everybody should have a choice in what they put in their body. Ain't nowhere in the world there should be all this extra stuff talking about you got to have this, you got to do this and that, because I've always had a choice this whole time. So why all of a sudden now I have to disclose whether or not what I'm doing with my body, what's wrong with me and all this other stuff? It's just crazy. I never took any of these things. I've never subscribed to it. I never did it. When I was a little child, I would run from the doctor for that. I didn't want that in my body ever since then. So now I have a real choice not to do it, and I haven't done it. And I advise everybody who feel a way about it not to do it. If that's not what you want to do, I don't care what they're saying. There's a reason why they're doing it. It's much deeper than what we see. Why can't? What? I don't hear myself on the thing. I don't know what happened.
I'll be right back in just 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all couldn't hear me because I muted myself. I'll be back in just 1 minute. I got to do something for my daughter for just 1 minute, and I'll be right back to continue the conversation with this sister that's on the phone line. Give me 1 minute.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to bring the sister back in if she's still on the line. I'm back. I just had to take a 1 minute break to tend to my daughter for a minute. And I'm back on. Are you there on the line still?
I'm back.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I just had.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I have a young one here, and well, she's not that young, but she wanted it's something that she wanted me to do for her, and I had to do that. You know, I'm a father, so you know sometimes father duty calls. But go right ahead, and what you were rendering and saying, sister, go right ahead. You have the floor.
I was only saying that I don't agree with it. I feel like that's unfair for us to be told we have to do something and being pressured by our peers every day about the same thing that we said we don't want to do. I said that if people don't want to do it, I don't feel they should. It's your choice. And I never, ever have taken any of the what they had to offer. I never did it. No matter how bad they say everything is, I always work on trying to keep my immune system strong.
Yes.
And that's something that was instilled in me from my grandmother. She used a lot of natural herbs and remedies ever since we were children. So it's natural for us.
I hear you, my good sister.
But I don't think that the reasoning that they have is enough for us to have to be forced. I think it's something else that's underlying. That's the reason they want us all to do it as well.
Okay, so you believe there's an underlying agenda here.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. No, I'm not. I asked that question because I'm not questioning your point of view or doubting what you're saying, but just for the purpose of the conversation, I just wanted to get that clarified. And I'm in agreement with you 100%. I think that we should not be shaming and pressuring and ostracizing people who have their views or their concern about this formula that they want you to take. I think we need to respect people's space. We need to respect women and men who make decisions that they feel is best for them. However, I don't want to see anybody catch this this formula, this virus. I don't want to see that happen. But I understand your position on that. And there's people in the chat room like Sister Mo who agrees with what you're saying. There are many people in the chat room that are saying that they are agreeing with your position. And Marlo's music channel is saying, I feel my sister. He's speaking at Be the Difference Clothing. So everybody in the chat room is resonating with what you just said. And we got my man, the Book of Alpha Romney, Dr. BOA. He's saying salute. $25 super chat. I appreciate that, my brother, for that.
Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you for coming over for that, brother. And thank you, brother, for doing that, supporting the channel tonight like that. I really appreciate you, brother, Dr. BOA. Thank you again. Sister, is there anything else that you want to, anything else you want to say?
I just want to say to you, keep doing the great job that you do. I don't get over here as much as I used to, but I mean, I love your content. You do your job, and we just need to keep supporting each other. That's it. And, you know, like I said, I don't feel that anyone should be forced or feel like they're being pressured about something that hasn't even been approved by the FDA or anything like that. It's also really too soon for them to even have this vaccine. I mean, sorry about that. To even have it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that formula is
let me get off
too
before I start saying the wrong stuff.
Just speak in code. That's all you got to do. Speak in code. That's how you get around this kind of stuff, because they're looking for the buzzwords and they want to. I mean, there's a lot of people. If you notice this, sister, before you leave, there are a lot of people that have been trying to tell us about what's going on, and they have been purged from social media because they just came out and said it. They didn't speak in code, and as a result, they've been purged completely. You can't. Their video won't last but a minute before it gets snatched down or something happens. So it seems to me that they don't want people having a alternate reality view about this formula, and I find that very interesting about this formula. So, sister, thank you for coming on board and joining me tonight. I appreciate that.
And thank you for having me. Much love and peace to all.
Peace to all.
Thank you.
You take care of yourself. Oh, wow. That was heavy. We had OG on here. He put some heavy stuff on our hearts tonight about his daughter. And I say my peace goes out to him. My condolence and love to his family. Put him into your prayers, everybody. Then we had this sister come on and break it down, and we got sister back to the basics. We got so many folks who have come on and really have put it on us tonight. Before I end the phone call, turn the phone call system off, is there anybody else that's on the line that would like to render their voice as well tonight? If anybody else is on the line, just say something.
I'm still here.
Okay.
I agree with everything that was said.
Yeah, back to the basics. How long you been holding? I'm sitting up there saying there's somebody on the line and ain't nobody saying nothing for a while. And I'm thinking like, oh man, It's gonna be like a horror movie, you know, one of those movies. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Okay, so back to the basics. You're still here. Go ahead.
There's one more thing that Earl Owens had put in the chat. He did mention HIPAA, and you know that's the one thing about these cards that you know they want people like. I mean, I'm in Tennessee right now. So, I mean, I'm like, I don't know if I feel comfortable with somebody coming up to me talking about, oh, we need to see your card. It's like,
right.
You know,
right.
And that's sort of like a borderline, I would say, HIPAA violation because it's like, well, if I'm just going into the grocery store and doing what everybody else is doing, then why do you have to, you know, come up to me and ask me for a card?
I would agree with that.
But I think that was something he mentioned earlier in the chat. And I say, yeah, that's also another problem that they're going to have because at the end of the day, it is difficult for us. Soldiers don't have implied consent, but nothing has been approved by the FDA. It's just emergency use authorization. And until it's approved, I mean, they still don't have a legal ground to stand on, and that's why some people haven't gotten it yet. But even though they're in the military.
Right. That's about this formula. So the formula that we're talking about, that's about this formula we're talking about tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Let me bring this up to your attention, and I'm gonna say this again. For anybody that's in the chat room or anybody that's listening right now tonight, we had a big crowd tonight so far that has taken the jab. I'm not here to shame you, to tell you, well, you shouldn't have. It's not my business. It's not my place to tell you what to do. Now, if somebody comes up to me, back to the basics, and everybody in the chat room, and asks me, hey, man, do you think I should take it? If it's that kind of conversation, then I'm going to say what I'm going to say, that it's not a formula that I feel confident about. All right? But for those who have taken part in the formula, that's really your business. I'm not going to shame you because you made a decision that you thought was best for yourself. The question I must ask again, did you make an informed consent decision? Did you get informal consent? That's a big question that a lot of people can't really answer. Informal consent means, again, that you know exactly what it is, what's in it, how it works and operates. What are the impact that formula is going to have on your mind, body, and spirit, you see? And for everyone listening, again, let me also say this, and to you too, back to the basics. Has anybody experienced them canvassing the neighborhood? Because way back when, they were saying that they were going to send out people to come knock on your door, right? Knock on your door. Or maybe they're going to hit the bell. Maybe they'll hit the bell and say, let me in. I want to know your status, right? So there are going to be people canvassing to knock on your door to offer you the formula. And you got to make a decision whether you want that formula or not, okay? Then you got people who are surveying you, asking you all kind of questions. Then you may have people you got family members that may say, you can't come to Thanksgiving this year. You can't come over to my house because you didn't get the formula, right? That can happen too.
Tell the truth.
So we all have to deal with this situation as we see fit, everybody. Some of us are not going to family get-togethers. Now, who is this? Let me see. This is Who Are You? I really need our people to start seeing how extermination is happening to us. Okay, yeah, black people been dealing with it. When it comes to my people, black people, who are you? Black people have been dealing with people trying to exterminate us for a long time. We are the most adaptive people on this planet. So this is another obstacle that we'll have to make the choice as to what we want to do. Who are you? Let me see. Carlos Diaz is in here. And Carlos says the HR Bill 4980, 117 Congress. Yeah, and remember that they put the CARES Act into action a whole year in advance before the formula came down and terrorized us. So the government knew what was coming down the pipeline to a certain degree. Let me see. We got Peggy Rosser saying now they want us to give you they want you to get a extra formula shot. They want you to get a formula that's supposed to boost you up. First, they had a big argument and said that, oh, CDC is wrong. You don't need, no, I think it was one of these drug companies that made the formula saying that you need that boost. And then you had CDC and the government saying, no, you don't. So they are giving us all sorts of mixed messages, which makes people even more fearful of whether you want to take the formula. So it's something that we have to deal with, ladies and gentlemen. We have to ponder. And now we have Willie Williams, 45-4, who says, I'm going to have to move out of the blue states. You have the right to make the choice that you choose to make for what you believe and feel is best for you. Do what you feel is best. Back to the basics. Are you still on with me?
Okay, I'm still here.
Okay. As I get ready to conclude tonight, is there anything you want to lay on the people and say before you leave the conference board here? And whatever you have to say, make sure you speak in, as I always say, code. Speak in code.
Oh, yeah.
Go right ahead.
Well, I would say, just make a choice that's best for you. Keep your immune system boosted. And then, it's okay to have an alternative view about something. And it's okay to question authority. And just peace and blessings to everyone out there, particularly to OG Dog Philly,
yes,
for
OG
what he
Dog Philly.
Big Dog Philly OG, yeah, for his loss.
Yes, I had no idea that he was going to lay that type of heavy information on us tonight. I think I got to say, I'm going to give the brother a clap because it takes a real man to be able to share. He could have easily kept that to himself, but that shows how much that OG, Big Dog Philly, how much he cares about his people, because he was willing to share something super personal, very personal, that many people would not be willing to tell people and would keep to themselves about what happened to his daughter, because he wants to sort of like let everybody know what he went through and give people a sort of a warning as well. And so to you, OG Philly, OG Big Dog Philly, I want to give you a clap for showing that manhood tonight, to be able to say something that was very sensitive, very personal, and it really took me off guard completely. So here's for you, brother. Everybody in the chat room, give that brother a clap, give that brother some love, and here we go. Marlo's music channel says, welcome to the stream, everyone. Remember to thumbs up and share the stream with Informationmanshow. Thank you all for being here. And I want to say thank you all for being here. Everybody in the chat room, you are the reason why I'm inspired to do research. I'm inspired to bring these type of topics and content to the forefront, to sort of open the minds of our people, to remind us what's going on, to seek out truth. As you always know, I always say, tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
And I appreciate that. I have a lot of exciting content, information, guests that will be coming onto the channel very soon with time. So be on the lookout for a lot of other great things. I'm going sky's the limit with this to continue to improve what we're doing over here, to have these kind of conversations. And actually, I do particularly like to open up the phone lines a lot more, and I'll be doing that a lot more on this channel. I've been saying that before in the past, but when you have the right topic that's really going to galvanize people's minds and spirits and thoughts, these type of topics are what's important. I'm very happy that a lot of people came over tonight because I wasn't really expecting, to be honest with you, to get a lot of people over tonight about this topic, because a lot of times this is a topic that you have to use your mind, your heart, and your spirit. And sometimes people don't want to hear these kind of conversations. They don't want to hear anything about it. They don't want to hear your opinion about it. They don't want to hear anything about it. They're going to be anti. I'm going to stay away from that topic. But tonight, people came over in droves to support the channel, support the topic. And I love that. And I appreciate all of you for doing that. So for everybody out there that's listening in the bushes and everybody that's in the chat room right now, I'm giving you a clap too. Because you are the best. You are the best tonight. You make this whole thing work tonight. I was preparing this particular stream. I was preparing this since I woke up this morning. Within the personal things that I have to do in my life, I was preparing this, which is why I really wanted to go on a lot earlier. And because of that, I'm very surprised that people are rocking with me this late tonight. But I appreciate you being here. Let me go one more time through the chat room and give people their proper greetings. Once again, we've got Big Dog Philly OG. He says much love and respect to J. Lil Rich. Let me say once again, peace and respect to Over 50 and Fabulous. Great discussion this evening, brother. Thank you, chat, for some great advice shared. I appreciate you all. That is fantastic what she just said. And I'm naming everybody that's in the chat room as I wind down the end of the show tonight. So let me go right ahead and say to stay safe, everyone. That's Life Talk with Liz. Liz, thank you for coming over, dear sister. I appreciate you giving people those kind words and watching the program tonight. Now we have Afro. She's been rocking with me for a minute. She says this is very important, and I appreciate that. Back to the basics. Once again, thank you for coming online with me and talking. I think I might as well take some things off of, I might as well take what I had on there. I might as well take the phone line. I might as well take that off now because I'm going to end the phone calls tonight. I thank you. Nobody else has tried to call back in, so I'm going to say that that's the end of the phone lines tonight. Let me go right back into the chat room, and I want to say purple. I hope you like my purple on the back of the screen, on the purple that I've got donned on this stream tonight. She said, great stream. Check out her channel as well, everybody. Thank you for coming over again. Marlo's Music Channel is a big supporter of this channel. And because he supports this channel heavily, I want everybody to make sure you write his name down and give him some love too by subscribing to his channel. Everybody in here, a lot of people in here tonight are content creators. So I would say, yes, wash your hands. This is what Sean F. is saying. Wash your hands, everybody. Make sure you wash your hands. It's important. Everybody, make sure that you check each other's channels out and subscribe. We got Webb in the house, Cafe. She says, good show as always. Thank you, good sister. We got Sneezy Girl in the house. If I'm saying that correct, if I'm not, I'm sorry, sister. She says, blessings, Information Man Show. Blessings to everyone. I thank you, good sister, for coming over and showing us your presence tonight. Let me put D. Allen up here. D. Allen Warren he says, yes, sir, Information Man, 100%. Thank you for D. Allen. Let me put Donna Just. Let me see if I got her correct here. Let me put Donna. There she goes. She says, this jab thing reminds me of the 80s movies, The Body Snatchers. Reminds me of that too. You are correct. Let me see who is anyone else. Oh, and then we have add your link. We got Viral Dips is in the house. Everybody do me a favor. If you have not subscribed, we got a lot of people watching right now. If you have not subscribed to the Information Man Speaks podcast, which is my second channel, I go live over there every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, almost every other night during the week. I give you rapid fire commentary. I've got a video that I'm dropping tomorrow evening or day. I'll have another video that's coming down the pipeline. And I want you all to definitely support the second channel. Now, you can support the second channel by simply scrolling down the page of the Information Man Show, and you will see my podcast logo with my face on it and all the little podcasts that I'm on, and you can subscribe to that channel. I'm also on Spotify. I'm on Anchor. Matter of fact, let me just show you this real quick. I might as well do it. And go right ahead and subscribe if you can, ladies and gentlemen. It won't hurt you at all. Now, let me go ahead and do this real quick, if I can. And I would hope that I would, let me see. Hang on, folks. I just want to put this right up here. Oh, I know where it is. So this is where you can also find me on some of the, right there. So I'm on Apple Podcasts. I'm on Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, SoundCloud, Anchor, Buzzsprout, radio.com, all of it. If you put my name in, I'll come up. Now on those traditional podcasting platforms like iHeartRadio, for example, the content on there is different from the content on the YouTube version of my podcast. So I just want to let y'all know that I've got lots of content out there. So definitely check me out over there if you can on there, on those platforms, and subscribe to the second channel. Let me also do something else while I'm at it. You can also catch me on these social medias right here, ladies and gentlemen. I've said this before, and I appreciate your support again, everybody. Information Man Show is on Facebook. I have a Facebook channel or page over there. You can follow me over there. You can also follow me on IG at Information Man Show. You can follow me on IG at Information Man Show on Twitter as well. And I always say, go ahead and subscribe to the program. It won't hurt you. You might like exactly what we're doing over here. It might just be your cup of tea. So definitely don't be afraid to support the program. I thank you for being here tonight. Let me go back into the chat. And so I'm in here. Let me go back into the chat room and see who is writing more statements. And Big Dog is still in the house. He says, thank you, Marlo's Music Channel. Let me see. Carlos Diaz is saying, hit the lights and share. Thank you. Definitely share this video. Peggy's in the house. Tanya. I've got to get out of here, folks, because I want to kind of I need to eat something, drink something, and relax a little bit. Still kind of early out here in California where I'm at. And be on the lookout for some more content tomorrow on my second channel. This is going to be it for the first channel, the Information Man Show. I'll be loading up content over here next weekend. And I got so much more. Today, let me just let y'all know something. Today, I was, let me just do something real quick. Today, I was at home and I was looking at my files and I had all this information of material, information that I must share with people on this channel, topics that I haven't even gotten into that I have to drop on you, either on this channel or the second channel. But either way, I got to drop that knowledge on y'all. So I've just found a whole ton of stuff that I have neglected to start cranking out this kind of content that's coming down the pipeline. Just things that make you think, things that motivate you, things that can inspire you, things that can get us solutions. I just want to say thank you all again for being supportive to this brother's channel. And everybody in the chat room is the best. again. Everybody, I got to get out of here as much as I hate to leave. I know it's late for everybody. Everybody out there who sacrificed sleeping tonight to come over, that's around the country, thank you for doing it for the brother here. Support me 100%, sharing out the video. We had a big crowd over here tonight, and for that, I'm very thankful again. And for that, I got to hit the clap again. I want y'all to hear once again what Dr. Fauci said about these immunity cards. He was talking about this formula back in 2019. Listen to this again. Y'all have to hear this again.
Can you imagine a time where Americans carry certificates of immunity?
You know, that's possible. I mean, it's one of those things that we talk about when we want to make sure that we know who the vulnerable people are and not. This is something that's being discussed. I think it might actually have some merit under certain circumstances.
Whoa, did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Did y'all hear what he said? Brother Shaka, good to see you over here, brother. You take care. You have a great night. I'm about to close it down and make it do what a brother has to make it do. I appreciate you. Appreciate the chat. And with that said, once again, everybody, Big Dog OG, Philly OG, you really made me think about a lot of things that you said, brother. I've heard people say exactly what you said, but to actually have someone that I could actually talk to who actually is saying that's what happened is unbelievable. My prayers goes out to you. I would say, may you be blessed. May your family be blessed. May you be blessed. May the spirits, the powerful spirits, may the melanin, may the universe, may the fifth dimension, the fourth dimension, the God dimension, which is the fifth dimension, may it find you in power. May you wake up in the morning in power. May you rise. Take care, everybody. Peace to you.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
Big Dog. Peace, everybody.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Information is power. Information is power.
Tell the truth.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel. Make sure to subscribe to his channel. Information is power.
Okay. Hold up. Yeah. I'm chasing a bag, I'm racing the clock. Look at him flock, watching him flop. Used to see this in my sleep. When I ain't had put my thoughts in the car, I really was lost. Now I'm public with the soundscapes. Floss, I'm really pulling strings for the pound cake. I see you went for a puppet in the clown face for a little wage. The talk of the town is late. Still me, I never switch sides, came a long way. The gas tank when I'm fumes, when the white full on the envy. When it's all love, when I fall through with the young bulls, getting niggas a kidney, but you ain't mob, you a op. Must be lost in the sauce. Been here for the art and the jump start. Wanted this, his mom packed the lunchbox with the Kool-Aid jammers. And I'm still throwing tantrum. I'm set to roam around the planet, where they know the songs and they chant them. The vision turned into fruition. I'm really liking how it's panning. They call me collector, you thought I planned it. Been crazy, then it fell into place, now everything's stable. I'm all in on the table. You selling that fable, we know that it's made up. We know what you made of. I do better offline, yeah. I've been calling to a guy. I'm in tune with the signs. I'm just trying to let go. I'm just trying to be me. I'm just trying to do fine. Moon landed with the elevation. Arm strong with the levitation. My third eye needed calibration. That was heat rock when I notated. I've been going crazy. Stone face when I kill beat, leaving no trace on location. Premeditated, ayy. Can't even be still for like more than a minute. The way that they play out, I don't want to miss how part of this. And I'm the start of this. I've been playing my part since back when we started this. Feeling charged, got a little coin on me, and I sauce with the nits. I'm a boss, I'm a prick. With the cold shoulder, in the bro doja, in the fourth quarter, no assist. And the form's hella crisp. I'm the calm in the storm. I took my own struggle when I flipped it. And the hustle been legitimate. It's so many blessings, I might be allergic. How I move, they treating the sound like I'm stirring. I'm working the pot till it's firm. I serve like Serena, do it the cleanest. You not on my wave, you can't handle the current. Nah, that's just a teaser, yeah. I'm gonna be me.
What's up to my brother, Cap PY2? Another veteran in the chat room. Good to see you, brother PY2, Cap. Check out this video repeat. Check out the repeat, brother. This was a powerful program tonight.
Information is power.
Don't slip on the trail. Tempo, tempo. Can you keep up with my tempo? Tempo. Yeah, yeah, blowing up, C4. I just hit the Mike Jackson on my tiptoes. Oh yeah, I know we go wherever that wind blows. The endo. Don't slip on the trail. Don't slip on the trail. High key, I know. I send all of my rap foes like they my tadpoles. Yeah, yeah. Blowing up, C4. I just had to go crack now on my Depot. Yeah, yeah, that Drake.
Tell the truth.
Like free throws.
You are listening to Information Man. Please make sure to subscribe to his channel.
They can't predict my moves. I'm way too smooth. Yeah. I just caught a groove. Yeah. This right here, that Charizard, the fire in the booth. Yeah, had to go right back to it. Yeah. If you ain't talking about money, please save your breath. Don't bring it up to me. Yeah, I pull up in that stunt like a 007 James Bond type movie. Yeah, hey, don't slip on the trip. No, no,
Information
no, no, no.
is power.
Don't slip on the trip. Don't slip on the Don't slip on the trail. Tempo, tempo. You keep up with my tempo, tempo.
Information is power.
The Information Man Show, the Information Man Show. The Information Man Show, Information Man Show. Open up your mind, open up your eyes. Open up your eyes, open up your ears. The Information Man Show.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Yeah, wave. Taking no L's, I'm on their coattails with a cash cost.
Tell the truth.
Information is power. Information is power.
truth.
I want to thank Brother Alpha Romani for dropping that super chat tonight. I appreciate that, brother.
Thank you for the super chat.
Information is power.
Good night, everybody. Peace to you again. This was great. Be on the lookout for the podcast. Dropping a podcast tomorrow and during the week. Take care, everybody.
It's not my fault. You've been lying, saying that I took away your peace.
Tell the truth.
Drowning by yourself, now you wanna blame me. Like you have no options. I ain't take your options. Now I'm not the problem. Man, that's on you, yeah. You've been terrorizing me, yeah, I'm always wrong. I knew you lost your mind when you dropped that bomb. Girl, are you crazy? Yeah, you must be crazy. I've been thinking lately it's you. You stole your peace, put it on me. Baby, it's you. Lying like a rat, but take your stuff back. Baby, it's you. Baby, it's you. What did you think? You could say whatever and I would never hear. You've been flexing everywhere. Girl, look in the mirror. Man, you're so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you. You stole your peace, put it on me. But baby, it's you. Lying like a rat, but take your stuff back. Baby, it's you. Baby, it's you.
Good night, everybody.